朋友们，本期给大家看两段视频，算是转载吧。在给大家看之前，我说两句啊。有美国博主到达中国，对咱们是赞不绝口啊。有中国人润到了美国，是一个女的，而且还是大学毕业生，当过老师。到了美国之后啊，对美国充满感恩，却说啊，咱不能够去占用人家的福利啊，还要去加入美军。还要说他也排华。朋友们，美国人到达中国赞扬中国，中国人到达美国排华，要为人家服务，要去报人家的恩情。对这种现象，你们到底怎么来看待呢？到了国外之后，立刻遵守当地的法律，充满了感恩之情。为什么对自己的国家没有任何感恩之情，也不遵守法律？这到底是道德的沦丧，还是人性的泯灭？
This is everything I see on my 3-mile walk in Shanghai, China. Cameras. If you know China, you know they have a ton of cameras everywhere. Nothing to be afraid of. It actually makes me feel really, really safe. Because normally in the States, I would not walk anywhere that looked like this. I would be like, oh no, girl, I don't know what's hiding behind there. I'm not going. But in Shanghai, I walk everywhere because I feel really, really safe. This country, by far, of all the countries I've been to, cares the most about their people's health. There's so many walking trails, running, jogging. I was telling you, do not swim in the water. And inspirational quotes like cherish life and embrace the future. Oh my gosh, I love that. China is living in 2040 at minimum. They are embracing the future without being afraid of it. I was watching, obviously I've been out here about 3 or so weeks, a lot of TV. When Americans talk about AI and technology, it's always a fear that the robot is going to take over us like some horror movie. Girl, if you don't use this technology to make everyone's life better and easier, and that's how China talks about it. It's not here to take the jobs away. It's just here to make everyone's job a little bit easier. It's Saturday morning, almost 8 a.m., seeing tons of bikes or scooters and lots of EV cars. There's literally no littering on the path that we're walking. People come by with handmade brooms all day long and like sweep away the leaves. Y'all, this is the broom. They're always homemade. Yeah, he's cleaning where we were so it could be clean, like right here. I love it. It's not noisy out here. You know, if they had regular motorcycles and big old machines, it would be really loud. But instead, it's pretty quiet. And that's literally around Shanghai what we've noticed. It's quiet. 1.5 billion people, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. Look how long these fishing poles are. I've never seen a fishing pole this long. Is this a regular one? It doesn't look like a fly fishing. And they all have these fun, like, umbrellas on their bikes to cover them from the rain. And of course, that may not be an issue here, but they don't have that aggressive anti-unhoused, like, furniture. You know, like outside in the bigger cities, I live in Charlotte, there's always like a bunch of furniture to make sure nobody who's unhoused can lay down, because we don't want your ass here. Here, I haven't seen any of that kind of stuff. They always want you to sit down, chill out, enjoy the view. More cameras. Makes me feel like I'm in Lost with the Dharma Initiative. I don't know why. That's an interesting way to keep a tree up, right? Usually don't we do like triangles to keep a tree up? This is like a bar to push it so it stands straight. Cool. Been here for about 3 weeks. Haven't seen one unhoused person. A lot of people are like, oh, look harder. I don't know how much harder I can look. I'm underneath the bridge, y'all. I don't see no beds. They say 90% of Chinese people own their home. So that doesn't seem to be a huge issue here like it is back where I live. Green spaces everywhere, even in the middle. And tons of people constantly working them, keeping it gorgeous. Part 2. Everything I see on my walk around Shanghai, China. Gardeners constantly taking care of the beautiful landscape. Like, look how gorgeous it is. What I haven't seen in 3 weeks of being in China, a bunch of blue lights and loud sirens. Haven't seen them. Lots of scooties. Because they're not motorcycles, it's not loud here. And I think like 30 or 40% of the cars on the road are EV too, so it's just not loud. 1.5 billion people, it's not loud here. Tons of people on public transportation, but you guys, it's 8 a.m. on Saturday, so you're not going to see them right now. But they are definitely here. They don't work 24/7 in China, or not at least what I could see. Whenever I'm out at the mall, restaurants, there are always tons of people there with me, but it doesn't feel crowded. I don't know how to explain it. Construction everywhere, all the time, but not loud. Our last hotel was right in front of like a construction zone. Couldn't hear anything. This guy's killing it. On their scooters, when it's cold or raining, they always have like these jackets to protect themselves. I don't know if you could tell because they're moving fast, but yeah, always like these cool little jackets and umbrellas that extend over their entire scooter. And the people here are old. Like, a lot of them are young, but it throws me off to see so many people who look at least 70, 80, 90 years old, extremely active, running, Tai Chi in the park, having jobs, and they're always cleaning up. My sister literally just told me Neo and Chris Brown are like the same age. I cannot say this enough. I have been here for 3 weeks. I can't think of anything. This place is on point. The people are super nice. The food is top tier. The cost of what I've had to spend on like things, luxuries is really low. Service is off the chain. So from a visitor's perspective, I can't say nothing bad. The run and walking trails, I just ran 9 miles this morning. I'm just doing a little cool down walk, but I've run 20 miles out here. 13 miles at the Bund. I've run almost 100 miles in Shanghai. Like, I've never seen any place that wants you to move your body this much and allows you to with the open spaces. It's beautiful. Okay, the way that taxis drive, not my favorite thing. However, if you just translate to them, drive slowly and safely, they will do that. So even if that was an issue, it's not an issue. Y'all look at this. It actually counts down when to go. So everybody be on go when it gets to 0. Right? Just ready to go. It keeps everything really on point. And I don't feel bad for these people. Like, some places I go, I'll be like, damn, do they like their life? It kind of suck out here. I hope everything okay at home. Here, I don't worry about these people. Their life is good. But I'm also not intimidated by it because it's like, oh my God, there's so much wealth. I just feel uncomfortable. Like, nah, everything is good. Anywho, part 3 to see what stores are in this area. Everyone here is super nice. China is literally the nicest place I have ever been. I didn't have many preconceived notions about the Chinese people and whether they like black people or not. That's none of my business. I'm black. I'm from America. I'm gonna go a bunch of places and people don't like me or assume a lot of things about me. Like right now, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. If I go into a nice store, people will look at me like, how'd she know this store exists? Like, that's just a part of my regular, like, I used to live in South Carolina. You don't know racism until everybody is running around with a rebel flag. So that's my life, and that does not bother me. That does not bother me even a little bit. That's a part of the game. That's a part of being black. It's just what it is. So coming over here, I wasn't worried about racism because, girl, that's like every day. So I was pretty shocked being here for almost a month and everyone being the nicest to me that I have ever been in any country. I personally love Europe. If I could retire early in France, I would. I don't beg my husband for this. They're mean. And even me even wanting to be there is crazy because they really is mean. They rude. They nasty. But I liked it. The reason why I like Europe is because people ignore you there. And some people don't like that, but I personally do because, real quick, I almost got kicked out of the Louvre to go see Mona Lisa. I was trying to hold a spot in the line for my little sister, and I was holding the line up. Old boy who worked there tried to push me forward. He was like, s'il vous plaît. And I was like, s'il vous plaît. Because he had a little bit of extra stank on it. I know what s'il vous plaît means. Calm down. When I said it and he said it, he checked me, and I liked it. When he checked me, it showed me he wasn't afraid of me. Now, back in America, if I turn my neck, if I get a little attitude, people back down, especially white people. They think you got a yapper on them or something like that. They don't want no smoke with you. So in America, that moment was like an epiphany. In America, people look at me and they are afraid of me. When I'm in Europe, they're not afraid of me. They'll go toe to toe with me. And that was the moment I was like, nah, I like it out here. Because I don't want to have people afraid of me just because of the color of my skin, like back at home. Over there, they're not afraid of you, so they'll check you. Now, I ended up not getting kicked out, and I seen the Mona Lisa in later day, but whatever. That taught me, bitch, keep that nasty attitude at home. Don't you bring that nowhere else. Okay, so fast forward. In China, I can have the same respect without having to get nasty or someone get nasty with me. No one's gotten nasty with me. And to be honest, I also haven't broken any rules. I thought the only way for me to feel respect was for me to go to a country who just ignored my existence so much that they weren't afraid of me. But really, I can maybe get that same respect by being in a country who doesn't have to ignore me too. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what China is given. This is the nicest place that I've ever been. I haven't been anywhere nicer unless I go to somewhere and I pay an extreme amount of money and then they like treat me super nice because I tip them heavily. I ain't tipped nobody in China yet. So they've been nice to me and I haven't had to use my money to show them that I can afford to be here. Does that make sense?
我叫周宇我是1991年生人，来自安徽。
我叫付子金，我是97年生的，是安徽的。我是2019年大学毕业，疫情解封之后，然后我就考了编，就当了那个公立学校的小学老师，小学英语老师，就是大家口中说的铁饭碗。大学一毕业就没多久就考上了编制，就是很多人都羡慕这个。
你是做这种餐厅的服务员，你心里有落差吗？
完全没有落差，因为在我看来，就是无论什么工作，大家都是各凭本事，它就是不分369种，360行，你需要每一行都有人去做，你不可能说我每个人我都想去坐办公室，那扫地的活就没人干了吗？是不是？
对对。
所以我就觉得没有什么，就像我在家的时候条件还挺好的，就家里面住的什么都挺好的，工作在他们看来又很好啊，我一直都在做服务员。刚来美国1年，其实这个是比较难熬的，刚到一个新的环境。但是呢，我觉得人主要还是要心态要好，就是困难的时候是会有的，但是你只要心态好，就是他是会度过的。然后之后呢，我觉得也不能老是都在餐厅上班。然后后期的话，我在想，如果以后可以的话，有机会的话，我想在美国参军。因为我有看到，就是现在就是参军的年限，它放的其实很宽的，对，鼓励人参军嘛。是。但参军这种方式，我觉得是对于美国的一种回馈，因为它毕竟就是我们这种偷渡进入美国的，他还能愿意去接受你。我觉得就是参军，就是对我来说就是一种回馈美国的一种方式，就是人要感恩嘛。如果我是美国人，我可能真的就是到了某一天，我也会支持排华这个政策，因为你一直占用福利的话，就是长此以往啊。如果我是美国人，我肯定会排斥他，我也希望把他们赶出去啊，对不对？你只占用福利，你不选择付出，甚至还去避税。